The Lakers season is well underway, and I know my Laker fam has a lot to say. So today, I thought it would be a perfect opportunity to answer all of your questions. So today, we are going to be answering all those questions in a mailbag Q&A. You're watching Lakers Report by Chat Sports, all things Lakers. What's up, Laker fam? I'm your host, Hannah Kulik, aka Laker Han. Now, I got a ton of questions for you guys. I asked you to send me questions right after the first game of the season on my Twitter. So if you are not yet following me, make sure you are following me both on my Twitter and my Instagram so that you can not only participate in this next mailbag episode, because we are going to be doing a lot of these. I always love answering your questions. So definitely once every couple of weeks, I'm going to be asking you guys to send me questions for a shout out and for me, of course, to answer whatever question you have about our Los Angeles Lakers. And I want to get right into these questions because I got a ton, so I want to be able to answer as many as possible. But before we do get into them, I have to make sure that you guys are subscribed. Make sure to join this Lakers Report family because the season is just getting started. We are going to have coverage on all things Lakers, pregame, postgame, all of the latest breaking news stories, rumors, everything you need to know about our purple and gold. It's going to be right here. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and you are up to date on all things Lakers. But let's just jump right into these questions because like I said, I got a lot and I want to be able to answer as many as possible, if not all of them. So the first question we have here today is from @MichaelA54. He asks, when do we trade LeBron? Okay guys, I understand that I did ask these questions. I did ask you guys to send me questions after the Lakers lost to the Clippers. They did suffer that 102-112 loss on their season opener, which was of course very disappointing. But you guys, we're not trading LeBron James. Maybe he didn't have the best game of his career, but still he is one of the best players, if not the best player to ever play. So there is no way that the Lakers are trading LeBron James. And you guys, maybe he didn't have his best game, but he still wasn't terrible. But any thoughts on trading LeBron? Anyone thinking the Lakers are looking to part ways with LeBron after one kind of so-so game, the first game of the season? It's just ridiculous and it's not going to happen. Alright, now obviously I got a ton of questions asking about what I thought of Danny Green's performance. This particular question is from @Lorenzo Anderson. He just asked what I thought about Danny Green's performance. He mentioned he had 28 points. And hit some good three-pointers. So yeah, I was extremely impressed with Danny Green, as I am sure everyone in Lakers Nation was. He was by far, in my opinion, the player of the game for me. Definitely for the Lakers. Obviously, Kawhi probably was for the Clippers. But yeah, Danny Green had an amazing game. He actually set a Lakers record in most points scored in a Lakers debut. He actually beat Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So that just goes to show what an impressive performance Danny really did put on. Like Lorenzo mentioned, he had 28 points. I think he hit 7 three-pointers. So he was honestly, in my opinion, the biggest bright spot. And for a quarter or two there, really the only bright spot for the Lakers from that game that I saw. He was terrific. I was extremely impressed. And I was even more so excited because he didn't have the greatest preseason, in my opinion, and I think I mentioned in my preseason winners and losers video that I was a little disappointed in Danny Green. So it was really nice to see him have a very, very impressive performance in that good game, because in that first game, because of course Danny Green is going to be a huge part of this team. They could really use his scoring and of course his defense. So Danny Green, obviously an amazing, amazing first game for the Lakers, and I was very impressed by it. So Danny Green was definitely the player of the game for the Lakers, in my opinion. But do you guys agree with me? Do you think Danny Green was the Lakers' best player of the game for that first game in the Clippers? If you do, type Y down below. If not, type N down below. And I want to remind you guys also to comment down below. Really comment, because I love reading all of your comments. I love responding to all of them. And I just love talking to my Laker fam. So let me know down below if you agree with me that Danny Green was the player of the game for the Lakers. But let's move on to some more questions here. Now this next question, @TextLoneRanger420, he had also asked about Danny Green's performance, but so we're gonna I already talked about that. So he also wants to know why aren't they playing McGee like they should, and asks about Lakers defense. So yeah, it was a little confusing because I agree. You know, I thought the Lakers had a big advantage over the Clippers because of their front court, and because the Clippers are a very small team and we obviously have a very dominant front court, but it didn't really feel like the Lakers took advantage of that at all. It really felt, in my opinion, that the Lakers were trying to match the Clippers instead of forcing the Clippers to try to match the Lakers. So definitely was very disappointed in that, but again, it just wasn't their best performance overall. I think in terms of, you know, their defense, I don't think necessarily the entire game was horrible defensively, but I think what really stood out for me was that second quarter. I know that's the second quarter that Frank Vogel's mentioned a ton. They really just kind of fell apart defensively, and that was really when we saw the game turn, because obviously the Lakers got off to a really nice start in that first quarter. I was extremely excited, but once the second quarter hit, they really just kind of fell apart defensively, and they just were never quite able to really get back after that second quarter. At Sleekshorn83, oh well, they asked a lot of questions. Okay, so they said, why not have Danny Green start the fourth when he was lighting it up in the third? I think the coaches, you know, consensus there was just that he needed to take a little break because they were obviously going to need him down the fourth in that kind of fourth quarter in the clutch and the stretch. But, you know, I kind of agreed. I actually said that too. I was like, why is Danny Green not in there? He just had such an amazing third quarter. But I think the coaching staff felt that he needed a little rest because they would need him later on. I will say, though, that he did come back in that fourth quarter late. I think he came in with like 6 minutes left or something, which I thought was not okay. I think if they were going to give him a little break, okay, fine, but then he should have come in around like the 9-8 minute mark. But I have a faint recollection that he came in around the 6 minute mark, because I remember being like, why was he out for so long? So definitely agree with your frustration there. What's up with the rotation? Where's the ball movement? AD doesn't have to go one-on-one all the time. And KCP trade rumor, let's start that talk. So a lot of you guys asked about KCP, so we're going to talk about that in a little bit. In terms of the rotation, the ball movement, and then Anthony Davis in particular going one-on-one, I think a big part of, you know, we have to remember, you guys, a lot of the Lakers' key players are out with injuries, and having Kyle Kuzma out, we had Rajon Rondo out in that first game, also Alex Caruso, guys who are going to, you know, make some pretty solid contributions. Also, you know, obviously Kuz and Rondo going to make some pretty big ones and are a big point of our team, so having those two guys out for that first game was obviously not an ideal situation. And Caruso's also a guy who the Lakers could have definitely used as well. You know, he's a bigger point guard for us. He could have really helped us defensively, also scoring. So having those guys and a lot of just our guys in general that are going to be a big part of this team out was not an ideal situation. So that's kind of why I think the rotation was a little bit, you know, not the best. Now, in terms of your question about where was the ball movement, talking about Anthony Davis going one-on-one all the time, I agree with you. You know, the offense was really stagnant. It definitely did seem like not even just Anthony Davis, but pretty much every player was just going one-on-one or one-on-5, honestly. But we did see that a lot with AD and, of course, LeBron. I think obviously a lot has to do with the fact that we didn't have Rondo in there. We didn't have Alex Caruso in there. Guys who are really playmakers and who are going to help run our offense. We had LeBron James being our primary ball handler, being that point guard for us a majority of the night. And it was kind of interesting because after the game, Charles Barkley actually addressed this on TNT, and he said that he doesn't really believe that LeBron is actually the best case to be that primary ball handler for the Lakers, because yes, of course, he can, you know, get assists and he can facilitate the ball, but the Lakers really want to play this fast-paced offense, and he's not the guy who's going to be able to run that fast-paced offense because he's older, of course. So I kind of agree with that. You know, looking forward, I think obviously LeBron is going to be that primary ball handler. He's going to have the ball in his hands a lot, like he's always just had throughout his career, but I do think it is more wise for the Lakers to have another point guard in there as well, just to help kind of push the pace a little bit. But again, having Rondo back, having Caruso back, having some more of our, you know, guys who are really going to be making big contributions to this team, having Kuzma back is going to be a big help. But yes, I will agree with you. That first game, there was way too much one-on-one. It was not enough ball movement. A lot of guys were just standing around, and I was very frustrated with it as well. So I definitely feel your pain. But again, first game of the season, there's going to be a lot of things that we have to work out moving forward, but I'm sure we will. Not freaking out about our team yet, you guys. Just getting started here. Got a very good team. It's going to just continue to get better and better. There's got to be a little bit of a learning period here, of course, which was to be expected. Next question. Okay. A lot of people, let's just talk about it, because a lot of people are asking about KCP. Why is KCP so bad? Why is KCP still on the team? I don't want to like talk badly about a player, but I am not the biggest fan of KCP. I even tweeted this, and I kind of mean it, you know. There has really never been a player in the NBA who, in my opinion, has just been so useless for a team than KCP. It's very frustrating for me because when the Lakers got him a couple years ago, he really was advertised as this great 3-and-D player. I thought he was going to be able to make a big contribution for this team, but just year after year, it has never really seemed to happen. He does have a couple of games where he shoots the ball well and he scores a lot of points, but for the most part, he's just been cold ever since he signed with us, and it's frustrating because we could obviously really use his scoring ability. And on opening night in particular, you know, KCP played 27 minutes. He had 0 points. He really did absolutely nothing, and there really is no excuse for that, in my opinion. KCP should be at least, even if he's having an off shooting night, you should be at least able to contribute 8 points per game, especially with the contract and what we're paying him. He is actually the Lakers' 4th highest paid player, so it is pretty ridiculous. Now, in terms of trading him, we can't really trade him until December if the Lakers even look to do so. As of now, Frank Vogel seems like he is a really big fan of KCP, so hopefully, it seems like he's going to be getting a lot of minutes. Hopefully, he's going to be able to have a better showing and make more of an effort during those minutes. We're just going to have to wait and see. But, you know, I agree with you guys. KCP has really just always been a big disappointment for me. I don't really see the big point in playing him, but it seems like he's going to continue to play, so we just have to kind of pray, keep our fingers crossed that he is able to do something and make more of a contribution, because he definitely did absolutely nothing on the Lakers opening night against the Clippers, that's for sure. That is going to be it for today's mailbag Q&A. If I did not answer your question, I am so sorry. Again, please follow me on Instagram and Twitter so that you can keep asking me questions. I do love to respond to you guys, and I try to respond to as many DMs that I get and as many messages about the Lakers that I get. And of course, make sure to follow me so that when I do another one of these, which I will be doing very soon, you can participate and ask me a question. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you liked it. If you did like it and you want to see some more Q&As from me, make sure to give this video a double thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe here on Chat Sports and the new Chat Sports Lakers YouTube channel for all things purple and gold. And until next time, Laker Hand is out. Bye guys!